Last night, during UTEP's disappointing NIT loss at Murray State, the school's official Twitter account sent out a couple of what some have called inappropriate tweets about star sophomore player Vince Hunter. A national publication quickly picked up on those tweets, and UTEP has since deleted the tweets, with Senior Associate Athletic Director Jeff Darby issuing a series of apology tweets on Twitter late last night. And joining us now is ABC 7's Darren Hunt, who has been following the story and working on it all day for our later newscast. Darren, really unusual move to see this on the university's official Twitter account. Our web director noticed it last night.
Yeah, you know, this kind of goes back to Sunday night when Vince Hunter was tweeting about UTEP getting in the NIT. He tweeted that he was happy and blessed to be playing another game in a UTEP uniform. That kind of set off a little bit of speculation about, well, he has a junior and senior season to go. So what's he talking about exactly? About 20 minutes later, Vince tweeted again, and he tweeted that he was blessed and happy to be playing another game with UTEP's 3 seniors, basically. So last night during the game, Jeff Darby is tweeting on the UTEP official Twitter account. Jeff, who's been there for 15 years and is great at his job. I mean, a guy who is chosen to stay in El Paso, a guy who deserves a lot of credit for that and has worked there for many years. And so it just seemed very uncharacteristic. But Jeff was tweeting about the situation last night. He tweeted that Vince Hunter needs to stop protesting every call against him and just play. Now, that wouldn't be odd for me or you to tweet that, or a member of the media or a fan to tweet that, but to come from the official Twitter account being critical of your own player, a little odd. And then that was followed up about an hour later, late in the game, by talk to the 13 scouts here, and the consensus is Vince Hunter lacks the perimeter game to play at the next level. So we thought it was odd that UTEP would tweet something like that, or Darby would tweet something like that during the game, you know, leading to speculation about him possibly leaving the school. So
yeah, I mean, you're essentially saying one of your star players isn't ready for the isn't good enough yet for the next level on the official university account.
It was odd. He caught a lot of flack for it. They quickly deleted the tweets. They came down, and then about 2 hours after the game, Darby on the official Twitter account tweeted a series of tweets saying the tweet about Vince Hunter earlier this evening was intended to be posted to a personal account. It does not reflect the opinion of UTEP athletics and UTEP basketball staff. I apologize, he said, to Vince, Coach Floyd, and his staff and the athletic department. So at that point, a lot of speculation, and also this got picked up by national media. SB Nation wrote kind of a comical story about it, and then posted some of the tweets that were pointing out that, you know, come to UTEP and we'll criticize you on our official Twitter account. It was a lot of back and forth. So, you know, something like that could really hurt recruiting. It also could hurt UTEP's best player, who averages 15 points and 9 rebounds per game. It appears, you know, his future here may be in jeopardy, and then something like this couldn't help the situation, plus future recruiting. Schools could use this against you and such. So I ended up talking to Vince today. I caught him as he came back from as UTEP came from the airport to the Foster Stevens complex, and asked him about the tweets, and he did not want to comment on that. And then I asked him about his future and whether he would be back next season. I thought that would be an easy yes or no answer, but he said, I've got no comment. I continued to try to ask him in different ways, telling him I'm sure they'd like to have you back. You know, you're the leaders of the team. You're the best player on the team at this point. He said he had no comment. So at this point, it's kind of hanging out there. And you know, UTEP's best player, there's concern about whether he'll be back. Again, Darby has apologized for this situation, and profusely apologized for it. He understands that he made a mistake. It's one of those things about social media pitfalls. You know, you just never know. And I think we've all been there, so we can understand and sympathize with his situation today. Again, I've worked with Jeff for 15 years here, and he's a guy that at times can be difficult to deal with, but he does a great job at what he does every day. So it was so shocking to see that come from him. But again, the apologies came quickly and the tweets were deleted. But again, this has gotten out.
You said social media pitfalls, Darren. I mean, you click something, you type it in haste maybe, and then you click on it, and literally from 1 minute to the other, you're facing, you know, a lot of criticism in your career. Some people have had their careers just completely damaged, sometimes irreparably because of social media. It's
so many
really
suspensions out there. Keith Olbermann Olbermann was recently suspended for some tweets that he had. You have to be very careful about it. So coming up at 5 and 6, you'll hear from Vince and some of that conversation I had with him today, and we'll go through those tweets and paint that picture for you. You'll also hear from Steve Kaplowitz from KROD, our news partners over there, ESPN El Paso, on this topic as well.
Okay, thank you very much, Darren. I look forward to your report. We'll be right back. Stay with us.